Okay, we are live. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. We are live on all channels here. All right, just adjusting my YouTube. So here we go. My name is Ozzy Simoes, back for another live here. I'm on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Welcome, everybody. If anybody's going to be watching this live, then let's get rolling. Again, like I said, my name is Ozzy Simoes. I'm the author of the Small Business Destruction Guide, a book that talks about small businesses and the very stupid reasons, most if not all of the stupid reasons that businesses close down within 0 to 24 months, which statistically is the amount of time that more than 50% of businesses close, at least here in the United States. I don't think that around the world the numbers are too far off, but let's get rolling. Today we are talking about the next topic in the book, which is the last topic of chapter 1, which it's just one of those topics that I love to talk about because it is ingrained in the human nature, and doesn't matter if you are a business owner, if you are just a simple plain human being. It doesn't matter which level of life you're at. If you are the president CEO of $1 billion company or the simplest person that you'll meet, you have this ingrained in you because it's human nature. And I'll tell you why. Because it started right in the creation of time, or in the creation of man. Okay. And if you read the Bible in Genesis, Adam and Eve, they got this issue right there at the Garden of Eden. And it's not my fault. That is the topic that we're talking about today. It's not my fault. It definitely is not my fault. See, if my business is failing, it's not my fault. It's always somebody else's fault. And in the book, I list off a bunch of stuff. Okay, where is it? Somewhere here. I'll find it in a second. Right here. I list off a bunch of stuff of why, whose fault it is, but definitely not your fault. So get the book and you can read them all. I'm not going to go through them because we're going to talk about why it's not your fault. All right. It could be your mother's fault, your father's fault, your neighbor's fault, your husband's fault, your wife's fault, your children's fault, the dog, the cat. It's never your fault if your business fails. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. It's very important. But you know what happens with that? People that don't take responsibility, because that's pretty much what it's all about. It's taking responsibility. People that don't take responsibility will consistently blame everything else other than take responsibility. And not necessarily, you don't have to blame yourself. You simply just have to take responsibility and fix what's not working, what's broken, or what you screwed up in, or what you're not doing right, like all the other things that we've spoken about in the previous lives. So take responsibility means that you don't blame the other thing, person, situation, whatever the case is. Listen, if you've ever read the Bible, and that's in the reference that I made a minute ago with Adam and Eve, think about it. If you've ever read the Bible, Genesis chapter 1, it's all right there. Basically, God created Adam and Eve, set them free in the garden. Off they go, whatever. You know the story. If you've read it, a serpent comes, which basically lied to them, twisted the truth a little bit, so on and so forth. And Eve ate the fruit from the tree. Everybody thinks it's an apple, but there's no say that it's an apple. It's a fruit. And that is a fruit that God said you're not allowed to eat from that tree, period. Now, what happens when God came and spoke to Adam and Eve? Well, he called Adam first. Adam blamed Eve. Eve blamed the serpent. And the serpent pretty much blamed everybody else. And everybody, at the end of the day, they blamed God. Okay, so God was actually the one that was at fault because it's nobody else's fault. So, folks, if you want to have a successful, growing business, you've got to take responsibility. And, I heard in a business seminar recently that people who are good at giving excuses, and excuses normally is when you're blaming somebody else or something else, okay, you're not good at anything else. So police yourself kind of, take a little bit of self acknowledgement or whatever, self-study, and just see if you're always blaming something or someone else. If that's the case, like I said, people that are not are good at making excuses are good at nothing else, are not good at anything else. Okay, so think about that so that your business can go to the next level. Otherwise, you're gonna stay stuck there, guaranteed. And businesses actually do close down because people are so focused on blaming everything and everybody else that they don't see the real picture. They don't change what's necessary to be changed. They don't take responsibility. And what happens is crash. They hit the wall and it's done. All right. So that's it for today. Don't forget, go. It's yours for the taking. And if you haven't liked the video, please like it. If you haven't shared it, please share it with somebody that might be beneficial. That this might be beneficial to help. And don't forget, go. It's yours for the taking. And I will see you on the next live, possibly tomorrow. Adios, amigos.